Okay, hello. All right, so we had some technical difficulties there, but we are here. We are most definitely here. All right, so today's reading is what was the title? The answer to your question. So I've never done a reading like this before. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to rock and roll with me right now. So I've already shuffled your um, oracle cards. Y'all can tell I'm nervous, right? Because I've never done a reading like this. So I honestly don't even know if it's going to go in a way that makes sense. But let's see. Anyway, you have 3 piles, okay? And I'm going to show you the cards for all of your piles to choose from. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. All right, awesome. Oh, cool. Okay. So, pile number 1. Your card is the Magician. Let me straighten it out for you. Pile number 1. Pile number 2, you have the 3 of Pentacles. I wonder why it's... Maybe the light is overboating. Okay. Pile number 2. And then we have pile number 3, which is the 5 of Wands. Okay, so I'm going to hold all of them up for you. Pile number 1, Magician. Pile number 2, the 3 of Pentacles. And pile number 3, the 5 of Wands. Okay, so go ahead and pause, and I will see you guys at your reading. Okay. Awesome. So, pile number 1, here is the answer to your question. So, pile number 1, if you have a meeting or a presentation that you're going to be doing really soon, your answer is that you're on the right track, and to stop doubting what it is that you have already. Your presentation is going to go fine, or your phone call is going to go fine, your interview is going to go fine, something of that sort. There's some form of communication that you have to do that is on a professional level, whether it's for a home, whether it's for, work, school, whatever it is, you're going to do just fine. The answer to your question as well, pile number 1, is that's so weird. The answer is that the answer will be revealed to you. Okay, so I'm picking up something about a code. So I don't know if it's a passcode, or you are going to be able to decode something. There's some sort of confusion that's going on. There's something that you are unsure about, but you're going to be able to decode it, which tells me that you're going to have to put pieces together. And it's going to fit like a puzzle. So you are going to be getting bits of information that'll paint the whole picture for you. And I'm also getting this connecting to people as well. So if you thought that something was fragmented or that people weren't working together, the answer is yes, there are people that are working together in some way and everybody is connected. I'm also hearing gossip or broken telephone. So there's a lot of chatter going on. And that's your answer. Your answer is that people are trying to act like they don't know what's going on when they do. There are people that are playing dumb, but they know exactly what's going on. That's the answer to your question. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. We have here grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So the answer to your question is you'll only have to suffer temporarily if this comes to like losing a job. I didn't mean losing, like leaving a job. I hope nobody loses a job, but leaving a job, I guess getting laid off, even if something is going awry with your home, it's going to be a blip. So it's only going to be slight discomfort. That's the answer to your question. It's not that it will come without pain, but the pain will be brief. So there's nothing for you to worry about. Remember forgetting. We have here human. Remember forgetting. The answer to your question is that it's in a book. The answer to your question is in a book. So you need to either look something up. You need to, I'm seeing a dictionary and a textbook. So the answer to your question is in a book. So if you have if you're wondering about something financial, there's a book out there that'll help you with that. I'm also seeing a Bible. If you have a problem that you feel like you can't get around, the answer is in your Bible. Or whatever form of, what do they call that? Scripture. Whether it's your Torah, your Quran, whatever it is that you read. Also, if you've been having strange dreams, that's where your answer is too. Your answer is in your dreams. So if you've been questioning a person or wondering someone's motives, you're going to see it in your dreams. That's the answer to your question. So the answer to your question as well is that you won't get bitten. Now, take that how it resonates. That came out very, like in a very cryptic way. But the way that I'm taking it is that if somebody's out to get you, they won't succeed. Someone's trying to get you fired, if somebody's trying to lie on your name, yada, 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 yada. It may feel threatening right now, but the answer to your question is no, they won't succeed. They won't get what they want. Focus and then act. There we go. Focus and then act. So the answer to your question is wait on it. Sleep on it. Wait on it. Keep your cool. Let people show themselves. And let things play out. If you let things play out, Spirit is saying, then you'll know when to jump in and actually do something. Your tongue is very sharp. Pile number 1, very sharp. So the answer is to your question is use that wisely. I don't know why it keeps doing that, so I'm just going to bring this closer. Okay. Okay, let me see what this says. Person of little faith, negativism is locked with the keys inside of the kodra. Oh. The answer to your question is the evil eye that you're feeling is not going to touch you, but you do have to be mindful of taking on remnants of that negative energy. So things like feeling drained, negative self-talk, doubting yourself. Be mindful of those things because those are the effects of the evil eye. But with the evil that person actually wished on you, like for you to lose money or whatever, is not going to happen. But you are going to be feeling remnants of them sending that out to you. But it's not going to touch you in the way that this person wants. So let me just pull some tarot for you. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What is the answer to pile number 1's question? What is the answer to pile number 1's question? Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 1. What is the answer to pile number 1's question? The answer to your question is actually that they're going to take care of things for you behind the scenes. So if you were feeling some type of way about somebody, and let's say you didn't get any retribution or you didn't get any justice from how this person treated you, it's being done out of your view. And this person is being affected a lot in their family relationships. This person is being affected a lot in their space, wherever they live, or if they go to work. if they work somewhere differently than you, or if they work in the same place. But I am getting here that this person probably doesn't work in the same place as you, and they don't live in the same place as you. But if they do, that still applies, but that's fewer of you. The answer to your question is that somebody's putting up a front. Somebody's putting up a front, like they're living a happy home, they're in a happy home, or they're living a happy life. The answer to your question is that people feel like they can't be phony with you anymore. Or they can't mask with you, or they can't present themselves to be a different way. The answer to your question is that this person is too afraid to... There's somebody who's too afraid to speak up or say anything to you because they think that your words will cut them sharper than their words will cut you. The answer to your question is if you've been feeling somebody in your energy, or if you've been feeling strong carnal desires, I hope I used the right word for that, but desires of an adult nature, if you've been feeling really frisky and you've also been feeling a certain person in your energy, or maybe two people in your energy, the answer to your question is that you're not going insane. These people are tugging on your energy in a adult way. So because this person or these people are having fantasies about you, you're feeling that. We are going to leave it there. All right, pile number one. So I hope that resonated for you. And we are going to move on to pile number two. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Get me in the algorithm and ting. All right, awesome. We're going to move on to pile number two. I need a sip. My throat's starting to feel a bit dry. Okay. Hi, pile number two. So, let's see. What is the answer to your question? Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles. The answer to your question is that if anybody was trying to ostracize you, or if anybody was trying to leave you out of projects at work, or trying to get in the way of your shine, if somebody wanted to pin people against you, even if it isn't just at work, or they were wishing for you to not get work, the answer to your question is that will not materialize for that person. That's a similar message to pile number one. So you might be drawn to pile number one as well. The answer to your question is that yes, people will be impressed with your work, so there's nothing to worry about. and you're not as unsupported as you feel. There are actually people who have your back, but you just might not feel them. But they do have your back. It's just something they don't verbalize. So that's the answer to your question. There are people that agree with you in some sort of spat. There are people that agree with you. Or if you've just been observing something and you feel like you're the only one who can see it, you're not. The answer to your question is breathe. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply until you can feel your heart rate slow down. That will actually bring you your answer. So meditation will also bring you your answer. Let's see. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. The answer to your question is it all depends on you and how much work you want to put in. So if you really, really want it and you're sitting back and not doing anything, it's not going to fall in your lap. But if you really, really, really want it and you put steps into getting there, then you're going to get what you want. If you're a student, the answer to your question is that your essay is gonna get your paper is gonna get a good mark grade. As long as you don't rush. That's the answer to your question. You're going to do well in your paper. You're going to do well in your assignment as long as you don't rush it. So give yourself time to complete it. The answer to your question is that your manager or your professor or your mentor thinks you're smarter than they give you credit for. And yes, they are impressed by you. Let's see. Everything is connected. If you're sick, the answer to your question is olive oil, honey, and ginger. If you've been experiencing a lot of mucus, the answer in your question is steam. So either steam like from taking a hot shower, or literally like, when you have like a pot or a bowl, of boiling water, and you put like a towel or blanket over your head, and that's the answer to your question. If you've been crying a lot, crying a lot lately? Your spirit guides have heard you, and they're actually about to answer that question for you. So let's say something happened to you and, it's like you're wondering why did you have to go through this? Someone or something is going to be put in your path to show you that you needed that experience, you needed to gain that experience so that you could handle that person or that situation. The answer to your question is that yes, people are ghost watching you on or ghost following, whatever it is. People are checking out your social media, basically. I remember back in the day they used to call it Facebook stalking or whatever. People are doing that to you. So if you've been having an inkling that somebody's been watching your page or lurking or that somebody even wants access to your page if you're private, the answer to that question is yes, they're lurking, or if they don't have access, they're trying to find a way to. So the answer to your question is yes, the people that you blocked, some of them know that they've been blocked and they're trying to maneuver around that. The answer to your question is a hug. So pile number 2, you're in need of some physical affection, a physical connection, affection. You're in need of a hug. That's the answer to your question. If you have a leak somewhere under your sink or coming through your window pane when it rains, if you have a leak somewhere, what is the answer to that question? They're just showing me a leak. Something's leaking. What's the answer to that question? Isolate? Okay, this is strange, but the answer to that question is to isolate. If you're experiencing a leak, you need to isolate something. Something needs to be isolated. Okay. We're moving on from this card. Nurture all you love. Nurture all you love. Okay, I actually think I'm too far away from the camera. This is starting to irk me a little bit. Okay. I'm too close. What is going on? All right. This looks so crazy. All right. Hopefully that's good. The answer to your question 2 is don't repeat it. Whatever you're thinking about repeating, don't repeat it. Hey. The answer to your question is that yes, people are sad that they no longer have contact with you or access to you, yada, yada, yada. But it's for the best that you've separated from these people, because they won't be able to rise to your level in time. If you were to give these people a chance, they wouldn't be able to rise to the occasion. They wouldn't be able to rise to your frequency or just be at the same level. And they would ultimately hold you back. So that's the answer to your question. Why didn't it work out? Well, it's because this person's not ready to be aligned with the way you are. And I'm also hearing that they don't have to be. This person's journey or these people's journey have now become separate from yours because you were walking down the same path, but I'm seeing a fork in the road. The parts of your journey in life are so different that it wouldn't make sense for you to even try. It wouldn't make sense for you to even try to make peace, reach an understanding, or anything with these people, because they've committed to where they are. They've committed to where they are, and you need to move forward. You're going somewhere different. You're not meant to stay there. Wherever you left them is not where you're meant to stay. Okay, let's see pile number 2. Pile numero dos. Pile number 2. All right. Benevolent spirit guides of pile number 2. What is the answer to pile number 2's question? What is the answer to pile number 2's question? What is the answer to pile number 2's question? What is the answer to pile number 2's question? The answer to your question is that this person didn't really want to be your friend anyway. This person just wanted access to you so they could keep up with you and see what it is that you're doing. It's that mentality of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. If you were romantically involved with someone, the answer to your question is that it's not you. This person would have done the same thing to you to somebody else because they can't keep it in their pants. It doesn't matter who it is. They're just gonna act that way. The answer to your question is that this person loves, like, if you were romantically involved with somebody, they like to do the things for the thrill of it all. This is somebody who likes a thrill. So what I'm getting from that is that it's connected a lot to their nervous system. So it's almost like this person gets a thrill from getting away with something that they know that they morally should not do. It's like stealing candy from a store and getting away with it. It's not because you don't have the money or this person doesn't have the money, but it's just the satisfaction out of knowing that they were able to do something and get one over on something or someone and not get caught for it. It's the thrill of that. So that's the answer to your question. What is the answer to group number 2's question? What is the answer to group number 2's question, please? The answer to your question is that this person wanted to play on your emotions and use your empathy to their advantage. The answer to your question is it's because you were too understanding that this person thought they could take it as far as they did. The answer to your question is that this person was threatened by your prowess, your natural ability to control the room, to have eyes on you, your natural ability to capture people with the things that you say. I'm hearing that people were too curious about you. You were just getting too much attention. So that's the answer to your question, that this person was jealous of you. All right, we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there, pile number 2. I hope that resonated for you guys. And if you could, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to pile number 3. This reading feels so disjointed today. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Pile number 3. The 5 of Wands. The answer to your question is stop second guessing yourself. The answer to your question is you already have the answer. You already know what it is. You're just looking for confirmation, but you don't need it because you know. The answer to your question call on your spirit guides. So if this is like about a friend, or if this is about a boss or a family member, before you go and see this person, before you go to this place, call on your ancestors and ask them to reveal what needs to be seen. To reveal to you people's intentions and stuff like that. That's the answer to your question, is to call on your spirit guides to help you in real time. Okay. The answer to your question, if you have a really bad headache, if you have a really bad headache, the answer to your question is to clear out the mucus right here in your nose. This right here. Clear that out. There's something about your nasal passages. Oh, I just you might be coming from pile 2. You might be coming from pile 2, because I had similar advice for pile number 2, but it wasn't a headache. Theirs was more of like a viral or like a flu kind of thing. Yours, I'm seeing a headache, and it has to do with your something here. There's a blockage that you need to clear out. I don't know how you're going to clear that out, though. The answer to your question is that if you stop minimizing yourself, then people will stop minimizing you. So if you stop minimizing your accomplishments, if you stop minimizing your style, your influence on things, your creativity, people will stop doing that to you as well. So if you feel overlooked, the answer is make sure that you big yourself up too. Not brag, but, give yourself a pat on the back. People are going to do the same for you. So people just need to follow your lead. People are waiting to follow your lead. Renew your life. The answer to your question is that you're not going to crash and burn, but it is important for you to stay focused, because you might miss out on something that will, I'm hearing, feed you for a long time. So there's an opportunity that could come your way that you might miss if you don't stay focused on your goals. So the answer to your question is to make sure, if you're somebody who has big goals, make sure that you have them written down somewhere where you can see it every day as a reminder of what to keep tracking. So the answer to your question is a vision board, and if you have one already and it's not inspiring you, to make a new one that puts some fire into you, that inspires you. The answer to your question is to get more sunlight. Excuse me. That's a confirmation burp. There's something about being outside. So, the answer to your question is that you need to be outside. You need to take a walk. You need to clear your mind by doing something outside, a physical activity outside. So if that's taking a notebook and sitting at a park and writing, if you have writer's block, um, I don't know. Uh, that's the best example I could come up with on the spot. So I hope you can just accept that. The answer to your question is that you work with water spirits, okay? And your water spirits are feeling a bit neglected. So the answer to your question is to treat water like gold. If you don't speak life into your water yet, or affirmations into your water, if you don't actively cleanse, your auric field while you're in the shower, if you don't go to the beach if you have access to one, or the nearest body of water, just to clear your mind. There's certain things about water that could be helping you a lot right now. Connect to your water spirits even stronger. And they will bring that for you. So I'm also hearing scrying. So if you're somebody who does divination, the answer is going to be in a scry. The answer to your question is yes, you have gifts. Why are you doubting them? You're so gifted, and you know that. I don't know why I just got like that. So clearly, and this must be channeled through your water spirits, there's this kind of, like, I'm getting like a wake up, like a shaking, you have the answers. Like you already know how to tap in. So it's not a matter of are you tapped in? It's why aren't you tapping in more? Hmm. The answer to your question is going to appear when you see like a turtle shell, whether that's somebody's tattoo, whether that's a piece of art. There's something about a turtle shell. You're going to see a turtle shell, and that's where your answer is actually going to be. The answer to your question is yes, people find you weird. Yes, people find you to be different. Yes, people don't understand you. Yada, 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 yada. Blah, 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 blah. The real answer to your question is that's how it's supposed to be because you're not meant to blend in. So the answer to your question is that it doesn't matter that people are off put by you. For whatever reason people have, um, people can be weird themselves, but try to act like they're not. And you know what weird I mean, like actually weird, not like, oh, you're different and unique, so let me slap this title on you and make you feel bad about yourself. No, I mean like weird, weird. Um, People are weird themselves, but they call you the weird one just because you're different, just because you are who you are. You don't feel the need to like be like everybody else. Now you're not going to be a contrarian just for the sake of things, like just for the sake of not doing what the popular thing is. No, but people recognize that you are who you are, and no one's going to be able to change you, and that's just what that is. So the answer to your question is fuck them. Yeah. You have very animated spirit guides, can I just say? My other piles were not like this. Oh, this two other cards I still haven't. Okay. Um, Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Um, the answer to your question is that it's okay. It's okay for you to be angry. It's okay for you to not like somebody. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's okay to be in your shadow so long as you're not intentionally like, trying to wreck and ruin somebody's life or be a bully or some nonsense like that. But I mean, it's okay to embrace the fact that you don't have like you're not a perfect person. You're not all love and light. You're not. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being, you know, the bigger person all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. The answer to your question is that yes, people want you to feel bad for making them feel uncomfortable. Yes, people want you to shrink. Yes, people want you to go away. But I'm getting here that like your spirit guides don't care. So you shouldn't care. Your spirit guides could not give a damn about whoever these people are that you make uncomfortable. If you got into a rift with people, or if you disagreed with someone, or if somebody took something personal that you did that had nothing to do with them, if they decided to internalize that and then end up trying to pick a fight with you, and then now you guys are, I don't know, enemies forever, so what? Doesn't make you a bad person. Hmm. All right, we gotta translate this bad boy. Black cats not only mean evil, it is an amulet of good luck. You will be in a stage of good luck. Ooh. The answer to your question is yes. Your candle magic, prayers. Ooh, why am I hearing graveyard? Ooh, some of y'all doing some dark stuff. Whatever you're doing, it's working. I've never tapped into that before. Whatever you're doing, it's working. So the answer to your question is yes. Your woo stuff is working. I'm hearing touched. Oof. So if you did a return as sender, or if you did something else, like that's not specifically that could be considered negative, it's touching that person. That person's feeling it for sure. The answer to your question is yes. People do think that you're a witch or a warlock. Yes, a lot of people around you have a lot of opinions, I see. Hey. What's dying? Something's dying. Okay. Okay, so the answer to your question is yes, people are trying to get into your head. They are trying to get into your head. They do want you to suffer mentally. That's the answer to your question. So do everything in your power to make sure that that does not happen, because people are wishing that on you. And that's not to scare you. That's just a precaution, you know? Okay, I think we're going to pull in the tarot now. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 3. Pile number 3. What is the answer to pile number 3's question? Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What is the answer to pile number 3's question? What is the answer to pile number 3's question? Ooh. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What is the answer to pile number 3's question? Five of Swords came out again. Something about 2. Hold on. Benevolent Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What is the answer to pile number 3's question? I don't know if this is not coming across as an answer to a question. But I guess it could be. So the answer to your question, pile number 3, is that your boss, your manager, mentor, father, uncle, patriarch of the family, there's somebody here who's presenting one way behind the scenes and smiling in your face. And it's also because this person actually hasn't made up their mind about you somehow. This person's confused by you. So they try to present pleasantly to your face, but behind closed doors, they're not so positive. when it comes to you. Now, take that with a grain of salt because I'm also seeing that this person's trying to get into people's minds about you. I don't see that happening, though. Honestly, I think this person's going to fail at getting into people's minds or trying to tell people what to think about you. That's not going to work. But the answer to your question is yes. There is a weird person who is supposed to be an elder or somebody who is in a higher rank than you, professionally speaking, or even just in age, who was presenting as though they're neutral about you, but really and truly, um, they're not as nice behind your back. And people are seeing this about them. And no one's saying anything about it, but everybody's seeing what this person's doing. This person thinks they're slick, and they're not. They're not. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading. If you resonated with that, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching my readings. I really appreciate your support. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.